I just wanted to test out how the birdcage lighting would look. Since they're stacked, they give brighter light, and since they're in the back, they give room lighting instead of lighting from the front. So here's all the different combinations and how they look together. So on to the next project. This is my hideout on Hardcore League where I test out different decoration combinations to see what's possible or not. You don't have to create a separate hideout to test decorations. Ideally, you just want to use one hideout, but since I record time-lapse videos, it does help with recording. The theme for the next hideout will be giant skeletons, and here's a giant skull, but I'm not sure if I'll use this design. Here's a skeleton hand that's supposed to mirror this one. And here we have some skeleton warriors. Here's a combination of various statues, and on the left there's skeletons to mirror it. And for this one, it's kind of playing around with a skeleton in armor, but I don't think I'll use it in the hideout. So once you decide on your hideout, it's a good idea to think of the decorations that you'll need. Since I'm doing a skeleton hideout, I'll need a bunch of skeleton decorations. Katarina, Haku, and Arion sell the most skeleton-related decorations. So Katarina only has one decoration that has skeletons, which is the skull on the stick. But we will use some of her other decorations that relate to the dead as well, but they're all fairly cheap. For Haku, we'll use the Buell skeleton bones for our giant skeletons, and all of these are pretty pricey, so we'll have to get a bunch of favor from him. And for Arion's decoration, there's the skeleton display and the display case. Both of them are kind of pricey, but not that much. So basically we'll just have to farm all three of these masters to get the bulk of our decorations. Now it's time to choose a new hideout. When thinking of what hideout to use, you should think of these criteria: the theme, the size, and the lighting. So when I made the aquarium, I thought of only the lighting because it's not a full hideout. So in my case, since I'm making a skeleton hideout, I'm gonna use Katarina because she fits all of these criteria. And I haven't used her hideout before, so new experiences. Now that we've chosen the hideout, you want to think of the general layout of it and where the focal points will be. It's okay if you're not 100% sure of where everything will be in your hideout. I certainly do not, but you do want to have a general sense of what will go where before you get too heavily invested in decorating. Otherwise, you'll end up with large blank spots when you hit the decoration limit. For the first focal point and the main subject of this video, we'll have a giant skeleton here. The head will go there, and we'll have two hands on the sides. And we'll also use some decorations to bridge the gap around there. And this focal point will be half skeleton, half statue, kind of like Kitava. We'll work on the skull first, so we're back at Google Images, and we need to pick out the distinguishing features of the skull. It has eye sockets, a nasal cavity, the cheek and jawbones, and teeth. So we want to try to get all of these features within the decoration, if possible. For the skull features, I wasn't able to get all of them. I only got 3 out of 5, but it still is readable as a skull. The eye socket is right here. I couldn't get the nasal cavity. I couldn't get the cheekbone because I couldn't find a good decoration that had a diagonal on it. But I did get the jawbone and the teeth. For the arm, I used 2 Colossus legs stacked onto each other with one rotated a bit in order to get the thickness as it goes up the forearm. And for the skeleton arm, I tried to mirror the anatomy as much as I could. So we have the carpals, the metacarpals, the knuckles, and the fingers. For the arm part of the skeleton, I used the whalehead decoration to simulate the ulna and the radius. The whalehead clips underground, so it was perfect for us in order to cross the gap and create a clean bridge. I think I'll end the video here, and in the next video we'll be working on the second focal point.